I don't even know what to say. This is an absolutely insane situation. Like, this is where the leftist culture is now. And they are so desperate, and it's making it even worse for them. And I'm kind of here for it, you know? I just wish all of the violence would stop. That, like, and the cheering for violence, cheering for death, that shit is no good. Just now, leftists threatened to kill JD Vance. He's their biggest threat. Oh, and much, much more. I've been seeing this thing right here about Politico. And, dude, I've got things to say about it. It's crazy. It's stupid.
Breaking news. This is a really dark video. Or is it? Politico released an exclusive article. As you can see, this really blew up. This has 33.3 million views. Million views. This was posted yesterday. This is massive. It's huge. Vance got involved. Asmongold got involved. Every senator in the United States, all the leftists, they all got involved. This has become the new culture war. So if you are unfamiliar with what's going on, you should definitely...
Oh, I am very familiar.
Subscribe, because I am
already
the media
subscribed
now, and the media covers this.
We are the media.
Like poopy heads will be looking at that, never fear. So I hope you're ready to lock in, put your boots on the ground. It's gonna get ugly. Also, Vance is gonna be the next president of the United States. Anyway, exclusive news. Thousands of leaked messages show leaders of the young Republican groups joking about gas chambers.
Yeah, joking. That's the key word. Joking.
Slavery and rape in a private Telegram chat. Inside rising GOP leaders' racist chats obtained by Politico spanning more than 7 months. Apparently, someone in the chat was blackmailed by somebody and ended up releasing 28,000
How about that?
messages from a group chat of a bunch of college dudes. And it included jokes like, I like Hitler. And, you know, you're giving nationals too much credit and expecting the Jew to be honest. If we ever had a leak of this chat, we would be cooked.
I gotta give it to him. That is pretty funny.
For real. You know, stuff like that. You know, making fun of Jews, making fun of black people, making fun of women, leftists, communists, rape. You know, honestly, literally, what do you expect from a bunch of white dudes in a group chat making fun of all the things that aren't exactly white dudes? All right, I'll be real here. You have a group chat of any group, of any culture, a bunch of dudes. Essentially, the way this story would work is...
And they act like they're not doing this also. The left acts like they're not the ones doing this also. Like they don't do this shit. Like they don't get into group chats and cheer for the death of Charlie Kirk and things very, very similar to that. And wanting people to end Trump. You know, all these types of things.
They be racist as in a group chat. Now, I don't know who leaked the group chat, but that dude's a fucking snitch. He's the...
Democrats, by the way, are the ones who started KKK. They're the ones who wanted slavery. Republicans were formed literally to abolish slavery and be against it.
In here. All right, I'll be real. Anyway, anywho, we have a lot to talk about here because the reality is, when you hear in public someone saying we should reopen gas...
Yeah, by the way, the left is also in favor of using illegal immigrants as slave labor.
...chambers and start killing Jews. That's a pretty f***ed up thing to say. It really is, I'm not gonna lie. In a closed nutshell, all right, in a nutshell, if you look at this as a specific instance...
It is a fucked up thing to say, and that's why they said it.
This is f***ing terrible. Right?
Yeah, like... It's nothing worse than an Xbox Live chat from back in the Xbox 360 days. Honestly.
I don't want to reopen gas chambers and start gassing Jews. I don't want people to say I'd go to the zoo if I wanted to watch the monkey play ball.
Well,
referring to black people in public, I feel like that's not a very nice thing to do. But we are not living in a nutshell. We are living in a macro society. And this is not a public discussion. This is a group of dudes being racist in a private chat. Make Call of Duty lobbies great again. All right,
Call of Duty lobbies were worse than this. I want to go back to those days, man.
I'm sorry. I am gonna put my foot down on the ground and say, who cares? Oh my God.
Nobody cares.
Who cares? Holy crap! A couple of guys are racist.
Leftists don't even care. They're just using it as ammunition. What? I can't be having Discord dinging.
Hitler, he said I like Hitler as a joke in a group chat. You're trying to ruin, like, oh my god, you are the biggest soy babies of all time. Oh my lord. Oh my god. So anyway, of course, the young Republicans immediately caved to the pressure. 33 million views.
Because Republicans are huge fucking pussies, man.
Immediately caved. We are appalled by the vile and excusable language revealed in the Politico article published today. Such behavior, disgraceful, unbecoming of any Republican, stands in direct opposition to the values our movement represents. Those involved must immediately resign from all positions within their state and local young Republicans organizations. We must hold.
You know what this is doing? This is pushing them out of your space, and they're just gonna create their own space because you caved, and now you're full of a bunch of pussies.
Themselves to the highest standards of integrity, respect, and professionalism. Boo!
Yep.
Boo! Gay!
Agreed.
Boo!
Yep.
Loser!
What a bunch of...
Cancel culture's over. Did you not get the message, Mr. Board of Directors? Did you not get the message? And holy shit,
No.
Fuentes in the chat. Fuck you. By the way, Fuentes backs Vance, which is a crazy twist. As I've been predicting the whole time. Turns out I was ahead of Fuentes on this one. So as you can see, this has 15,000 likes, 16,000.
Why are you making me side with Fuentes? Why?
Comments, 7 million views. People are not happy that the young Republicans decide to cave to cancel culture. Now, again, I want to make this clear. Are these nice things that were said? No. But also, I don't give a fuck. But also, I literally don't care. All right, this is the incredibly...
This is exactly how I thought Nux would respond to this. And that's why I'm watching Nux respond to this.
enlightened Nuxanor opinion. Is it nice to say let's reopen gas chambers and kill Jews as a joke? No. No, it's actually not nice. As a Jew myself, I think it's not very nice. But also, literally, who cares if that's what he decides to make as a joke in private? No one gives a shit. Not me, even, all right? So, this is the crazy, crazy world we find ourselves in. You are so not ready for this video. Put your big boy pants on, because we're going on a ride. So, Mehdi Hassan, leftist journalist, says epithets like faggot, retarded, and N-word without a hard R, lame, appeared more than 251 times combined.
Those are rookie numbers. We gotta pump those numbers up.
Combined! What a twist. What a twist. Out of the 28,000 leaked messages, there were 250 slurs. Honestly, they gotta up those numbers. Honestly, let's up those numbers. What are we doing, college bros? That's it. That's it. Anyway, if you ever had any doubt that the youth wing of the GOP is fully radicalized and proudly racist these days. Actually, they're not proudly racist these days. You know how I know? Because this was in a private chat. This wasn't public. This wasn't public. This isn't people going out there spouting vile epithets in public. This isn't people going out and say dance, monkey dance to black people. This isn't happening. What are we talking about? Proudly, they are abashedly closeted racists. Think about how pathetic that is. Closet.
I'm openly racist, but not really. I just like jokes. Jokes are funny. Even the worst ones. I think a lot of the jokes that I was seeing around Charlie Kirk's death were pretty funny. Most of them were not, though. Most of them were just cheering it on.
Racists, bro. Unbelievable. In today's society, still closeted. So anyway, I responded, I appreciate your concern, bro. But you literally said all non-Muslims are animals and pedophiles in a public speech.
Which is funny, because in the Quran, okay, I'm not going to get into it.
So again, this is leftist Mehdi Hassan, who's furious, so mad, and saying, I can't believe that, oh my god, they said retard in a chat of college bros.
Oh no!
Retard. Meanwhile, this dude publicly broadcasted himself, saying all non-Muslims are animals and pedophiles.
How about that? Like, actually pro-terrorism, you know?
This is not even remotely the same. This is not this. You are not in the same universe. Show me the clip. All right, let me find the clip. People don't believe me every time I say this about this, because he's a massive political guy. He's like super big. Let me see if I can find this. Okay, I can't type in Hassan. There's too many. I have too many Hassan clips saved in my archive of retards. Mehdi Hassan cattle. All right, let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I put in the right keywords. Well, would you look at that? It's a 2-minute clip. I'm not gonna show.
Of course, it's from Jack Poso. Man, I love Jack Posobiec.
All of you, but you'll get the idea.
Different from the rest of the non-Muslims, from the rest of those human beings who live their lives as animals, bending any rule to fulfill any desire.
All right, so he is so much better than the non-Muslims that live as animals. All right, are we good?
Once we do that,
I love how it's projection every fucking time.
we are lost.
Right. This is an entire compilation of him saying shit like that. You know, this is him at the end saying that all non-Muslims are pedophiles. He pronounces it like that because he's British. Anyway, so this guy is gonna talk about proud racists in a group chat.
But when you talk about white people, though, it's not racist if you talk about white people, because white people are oppressors.
It's all the leftoids. They're all like this. They're worse, I would say. Now, breaking text messages of young Republican groups across the country have been leaked. Oh my God, I can't believe they made jokes by making fun of Jews and black people. Big shock. I am so shocked and surprised. Anyway, so
I am shocked and appalled.
This account says just 1 hour after Charlie Kirk was shot, 250 Redditors said good riddance. 300 Redditors said rest in piss. 2,000 Redditors sarcastically offered thoughts and prayers. In 1 hour! Now, to be clear, this is public. These are people publicly cheering for the assassination, the murder of an innocent man. That is not even remotely close to people saying the word retard in a private chat. Or saying, Hitler was based in a private chat. Not even remotely in the same league. It's like, on the one hand, you have people that are edgy.
Yeah, and now these people, they're not gonna back off because you canceled them. That's not how this works. They're gonna get more into it. They're gonna double and triple down and say it more. And now they're gonna openly say it. And you're making it so much worse. Like, what the fuck, man? It's like they want this to happen. And I think they do. I think they want to create the thing that they hate. Because right now, the thing that they hate does not exist. So they're trying to create it.
In a private chat. Now, on the other hand, you have people literally trying to kill you. Right? This is not a both sides issue. So everyone on the left immediately jumped on this story and tried to get everyone on the right to immediately...
Hang on. I gotta show you something.
Antifa is trying to get a fascist clampdown by their opponent. They want to manifest a fascist dictatorship. They started off by calling people fascists, trying to get them. It's like you start to manifest it with words, saying, you're this thing, you're this thing. You're like, no, I'm not. You're this thing, you're this thing. And finally, one day, someone's like, fine. You want me to be that so bad? Fine. I'm that thing. That's a magic trick they try early. Soften it up. You're this thing, you're this thing. Then the brutal street violence, or the constant, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, pick up brick, then like a part of a threat, and then the other person will say the other part of the threat, and you're like, okay. They'll do that to evoke a, and I used to think it was Antifa and the Proud Boys. When I watched them fight on the street, I was like, it's like the commies and the fascists in Weimar, Germany. Gavin McGinnis saw the video where I was talking about on Timcast, and he was like, no. And I saw him acknowledge how horrible that situation is between the Nazis and the fascists, or the communists and the fascists fighting in the early 20th century. The communists,
I love how he called the leftists Nazis.
of course, now are attempting to, it's like Saul Alinsky's rules for radicals. Your action is your opponent's response. Like what you want. So what they want to do is get the government to become brutal, take power where people are like, yes, we trust you, government. That's basically the fascist aspect of it. In Giovanni Gentile's, philosophy of fascism, where it comes from, is the idea of like the state is the soul, is the main essence of the group unity. So when people give over and they're like, yes, I trust you, government. And then if the government gets brutal, that would be like the fascist, and you can label it other ways, I'm sure too, but that would be like the fascist, brutal fascist clampdown Antifa wants, because then the community will rally. This is the philosophy, to support the resistance, and that community becomes the communism, and then a community style overthrow of that evil fascist system would allow them to place a vanguard, which is what they did in the Soviet Union, the Bolshevik Revolution, a vanguard of people in control of the government for a short period of time. That's like the head of Antifa, these people that are funding it and moving money around. And the people below that think that they're that, but they're not. The vanguard gets in, and then they have the communist technocracy that would get implemented with all the government tech that they would steal. But the thing is, it's not 1920s Russia, Soviet Union. We have spy tech. Like, our government's so well advanced to defend against this stuff. They have cameras. Like, they didn't even have cameras in 1920. Tsar
Even
Nicholas
just regular people
of Russia had no idea what was going on.
Social media
outside his walls. He would sit in his castle, completely oblivious. So it's really hard to get away with these.
Yeah, it's like they will post all this shit too, and then they'll be like, "I never said that," and then when we find it, they're just like, "Why are you stalking me? Why are you looking through all of the things that I said?"
Social upheaval movements, when you have good spy tech. That's the important thing about spy tech. Terrifying, technocratic overlords watching everything you do and be like, "Hey, don't deviate." That's terrifying and should not happen. But it is also fascinating to be in awe of the power of American spy tech and U.S. ability to find things, call things out.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a link down there in the comments. You should definitely click it. Donate to the Fables Folly Farm. It's not really called that, but that's what I'm going to call it, because I am the one taking the donations for it, and it goes directly to the farm. Even though they go to me, it goes to the farm. So you should definitely click that. It helps out so much, man. We're trying to build community here. We're trying to do really cool things here. And yes, I stole that slogan from Nick Nocturnal. So click the link.
Immediately condemn this, because that's basically how they play their shame game. Because honestly, they expect you to be the better people while they are not the better people. They refuse to condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk, an innocent man who was murdered.
Yeah, they actually love it because it's part of their assassination culture, and it's growing.
And they expect you to be the better person and say, well, I condemn the use of racial jokes in private chats. I reject that entirely. The people who call everybody they don't like Hitler want you to know they draw the line at joking about Hitler. It's kind of crazy. It's pretty insane.
Exactly.
It's wild.
Yep.
Like, dude, and to think that hating Jews is a specific right-wing issue, there are absolutely people on the right that hate Jews. But there are, honestly, way more people on the left right now that hate Jews. All right, hating Jews...
Yeah, Hassan and his entire audience, and anybody connected to Hassan.
It's one of those, it's one of those horseshoe theories. Right, far right, far left, they both hate Jews. Right now, it's the left Jew hate. That's so much scarier. Are we kidding? The pro-Palestine march is saying to...
No, you're wrong. It's just the Zionists. But every single Jew is a Zionist, according to them.
The river to the sea, let's kill all the Jews. Like, what are we fucking talking about? Are you insane? Are you crazy? Anyway.
Yes.
They said bad words in a group chat. All right, this is what they said after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Do Matt Walsh next. Someone get Matt Walsh next. Do Matt Walsh next. Nice. Do Matt Walsh next. Matt Walsh next. Matt Walsh next. Do Matt Walsh next. Hire right chick next. Trump next. Trump next. Trump next. Trump next. Oh my God. Trump next. Trump next. Trump next. Trump next. Trump next. For the record.
Yeah, all these people need to be put in prison.
I got hundreds of nucks next. You don't understand what it was like after this happened, because this is inhumane sicko shit. Now again, I have to clarify, this is not the same as a couple of college guys talking shit in a group chat. These are people publicly calling for the murder of innocent people, right? You have to understand the unbelievable difference here. So again, they want you to condemn this because they want to control you. So JD Vance, I think, knew that he was going to get shit for this, but decided to respond with the most insane response I've ever seen from an actual sitting member of government. This is far worse than anything said in a college group chat, and the guy who said it could become the Attorney General of Virginia. I refuse to join the pearl clutching when powerful people call for political violence.
Yeah.
And he shows a message from Jay Jones.
Exactly,
I'm gonna show you
dude.
a little bit about him in a bit. This is the guy.
Like, miss me with that shit, man. When JD Vance, he's definitely going to be the next president. I don't know how he's not going to be. Like, they actually have to get rid of him for him to not be, because holy shit.
Running for
so
the,
based.
Attorney General position in Virginia, for the Democrats, of course, saying you weren't simply asking questions, and you know what I genuinely was. I wasn't attacking you. I was trying to understand your logic. You weren't trying to understand. You were talking about hoping Jennifer Gilbert's children would die. That is a Republican. Yes, I've told you this before. Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy. And this is just one of dozens of messages of Jay Jones, a guy running for Attorney General, was directly talking about how badly he wanted to murder Republicans and their children because their children are little fascists. This is a guy-
Yep, and nobody on the left came out and said that this was a bad thing. And at the very least, what they said was, I don't care about this when right wing is full of violent people. And it's just like, what the fuck?
Guy running for Attorney General, and you want to know the craziest part? Not one Democrat came out and condemned this guy. They're all supporting him to this day, still running for the Attorney General position in Virginia. And they expect us to grovel on our knees because some edgy college guys.
Yeah, these people are so fucking disgusting, man.
We're making jokes about Hitler and black people in a group chat? Are you fucking crazy? No. No more kneeling to the mob. And honestly, I am shocked and surprised that JD Vance had the balls to come out like this. JD, just dead.
I'm not.
Will
JD Vance is so incredibly fucking based that he has, like, 20% is why I flip to be a conservative. Like, I am a full-on magger. And you're not allowed to use that word unless you're one of us. That is our word.
On the graves of these people's careers. You do not understand. I refuse to join the pearl clutching when powerful people call for political violence because once again, it is not both sides. So while on a micro level, yeah, these are not nice jokes. I don't like jokes saying, hey, we should put Jews in gas chambers. I personally don't.
I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Don't find it funny. On a macro
it can
level,
be.
Who fucking cares? Literally,
right?
Who cares? They are trying to kill you. So anyway,
and probably not the way that they were doing it, but I could come up with a couple of funny gas chamber jokes.
Really glad I was able to do this. Look at this shit. 135,000 likes, 15 million.
Don't even get me started on the dead baby jokes.
Views. This made the rounds. Patriot. Yeah. You're defending it. Now, again, people are gonna try their best to manipulate this, in any way they can.
No, what JD Vance is saying, miss me with this shit. That's exactly what he's saying.
To be clear, this is not him defending the jokes. This is just saying, I don't care about that because you are trying to kill us, and that is a lot worse. And I'm not going to sit here self-flagellating for the masses. That's not happening. And it's insane. And the post is legit and game-changing.
I got to show you something real quick. I'm gonna show you something.
Being hunted. Listen to me. Trump is being hunted by professionals who know exactly what they're doing. And because I hate teases, is the Secret Service compromised? Now, I know you say, well, Dan, you brought that up last week. Is there a mole, whether intentional or unintentional, in the Secret Service? I'll talk about that. But someone, let's just say who can be trusted, I spoke to last week at the end of the week, has informed me that their communication system for the Secret Service may be almost entirely compromised. In other words, people trying to hunt and kill Donald Trump may know more about what Donald Trump is doing than Donald Trump is doing. Folks, we got a serious problem. And the problem is the people in charge of the Secret Service right now are not serious people. The people at the top are too busy trying to cover up their own role in the substandard security plan for President Trump. Nothing is going to change. We are in real trouble. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm not trying to panic anyone. I'm trying to tell you this isn't over. You thought it was over after the first one? We had the second one. You thought it was over after the second one? Folks, there's more. He is being hunted. Right?
Yeah, absolutely insane. And that wasn't happening to the left. That's not happening to anybody on the left. That's not happening to That didn't happen to Biden. That didn't happen to Kamala. It was Trump. It was Trump and only Trump and everybody who is in support of Trump.
And it really is. It really is. It really is game changing. They said they like Nazis and hate black people. Why are you so weak? You can't condemn both. You people are so pathetic. It's insane. Like none of these people get the game. None of them get the game. They expect you to grovel on your knees because a college kid made a joke in a private chat. They expect the vice president. All right. Anyway, we get the idea. This is retarded. And I think JD Vance released. This is a game changer tweet. This is an absolute game changer tweet. Essentially, we are no longer going to fucking kill ourselves and self-flagellate for people that are not willing to play the game.
Yeah, I'm done.
To kill us. So
like, I get a bunch of hate replies, political hate replies. If they're real replies, then I'll respond. But if they're like hate and they're violent and they're obviously like lying pieces of garbage, I'm not going to be talking to them. I will tell them that they are fucked up and then I will move on at the very most.
Vance ended up going on the Charlie Kirk show today, and they asked him about it because obviously this is the thing that everyone is talking about. Everyone is talking about this because it's so insane that he actually made that tweet, standing up for the youth in America instead of just telling them that you should definitely curl over and die and lose your jobs and be humiliated forever because someone leaked your private group chat, which realistically is not a nice thing. You said some not nice things, but who fucking cares? Oh my God, you have no idea the shock I got when I saw an actual the vice president of the United States say something like this. He won the generation. He really did. This is a generational tweet.
You're making a little bit of news here yesterday on X, formerly known as Twitter, about this Politico story, but I think it ties in because we're talking about the celebratory nature of some, not many, maybe not most, but some, and it was disgusting about Charlie's assassination. There is a story, and I believe the two stories are connected, that came out of Politico yesterday. Blake, explain this for our audience, for those who don't know.
We don't need to wallow in it too much, but so Politico has a story where somehow they got their hands on something like 28,000 messages in some group chat of, I think, 12 people that nobody's ever heard of, but they decided to just publish every single thing in this chat.
It's a couple of college guys. It's a bunch of college bros that are loosely connected to some sort of youth movement. That is literally it. This is such a non-story, even though they're turning it into like a generational tale. Listen, man.
Yeah, they're just like, see, what have we been telling you? And it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You people are for violence.
I was in high school, and you were all in high school. We all said racist jokes in high school. If you would hear the...
I still do. Because I think they're funny.
Racist jokes that I was telling in high school... I would not have made it this far.
You should hear what me and my black friends say to each other. Like, these people would lose their fucking minds if they heard what me and my black friends tell each other.
Internet. Anyway.
At whatever they found that they thought was the most salacious. And I think 10 years ago, there would have been a very different response to it. But people are starting to learn.
True. 10 years ago, their lives would be destroyed forever. You don't understand. Their lives would be completely obliterated. Could you imagine 10 years ago? Nah, dude. This is a game. It's a game-changing society.
From this and...
Yeah, and the fact that the left keeps posting about this is just making it worse for themselves. Because nobody actually cares, including themselves.
The vice president is one of the reasons why. So you tweeted this. This is far worse than... So what you did is, instead of reacting to the story itself, you just posted what Jay Jones, our friend in Virginia...
It's such a non-story. Why? Dude, there's a guy running for attorney general in Virginia saying that he personally fantasizes and would love to murder Republicans and their children. This is not even covered in the mainstream leftist media, this story. I think that's the biggest story in the country. I think that's basically the biggest story in the country, but they're not even talking about it.
Who's running for AG as the Democrat, had said where he wanted his political opponents to die, and then when someone thought he might be kidding, he called to, make it clear, actually it wasn't a joke, I was serious. That's how people change their mind. And you just pointed out, quote, this is far worse than anything said in any college group chat, and the guy who said it could become the AG of Virginia. I refuse to join the pearl clutching when
so
powerful
based.
people call
So
for
based.
political violence. And we have 14 million views on that.
Yeah.
And
Just a little viral, Mr. Vice President.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
people don't
14 million views on that one, on the one that JD Vance posted. That's not even including all of the other people who posted it.
realize how big this is, because forever it was always just a self-flagellation game where people, especially on the right, would condemn and condemn and condemn, and that's it. And JD's like, bro, who fucking cares?
Nobody does.
Holy shit.
Look, I'll let the tweet speak for itself. I'll say a couple of additional things. First of all, a person who is very politically powerful, who is about to become one of the most powerful law enforcement officers in the country, that person seriously wishing for political violence and political assassination is 1,000 times worse than what a bunch of young people, a bunch of kids say in a group chat, however offensive it might be. That's just reality.
True.
And if you allow yourself to be distracted by this person's incredible endorsement.
Also, important to note, the left has already, they've proven themselves as killers. They've proven themselves as people that would kill and would celebrate it and then would put a target on someone else's back. Like, you don't understand the difference here. Every time I see someone making a joke about Jews online or whatever, all right, I'm just saying this as a Jew, okay? Every time I see, like, Nick Fuentes saying, you know, reopen the gas chambers. I don't think he ever said that. But if he would say something like that, you know the difference? The difference is you don't have Nick Fuentes groypers killing Jews in public. It's just not happening. Now, I could give you a bunch of terrorist attacks and examples of violence against Jews in the United States over the last 2 years, all right? They were all left. Every single one of them was.
Yeah, and also the leftists who support actual terrorism in other places that aren't directly them here in America, and they love it and cheer it on.
A leftist terror attack. Every single one was like a pro-Palestine guy. Every single one. All of them. Without exception. So,
Well, yeah, pro-Palestine. You mean pro-Hamas. Because that's really what it is. Because we see what they think about this whole Palestine-Israel peace deal. Hamas is killing Palestinians, and nobody gives a shit.
you have to understand the insanity here. So, when you hear a Jew joke from a guy on the far right, you know, saying, was it really 6 million people that died in the Holocaust? They don't go murder people. So, I literally could not care less. You have to understand the difference here. Like, the other party are killing people.
Disgusting endorsement of political assassination by focusing on what kids are saying in a group chat. Grow up. I'm sorry. Focus on the real issues.
Oh my
Don't focus
God, he's so
on what
right.
kids say in group chats. But
This is going to be our president. 1,000%.
there's another angle to
Although, to be real, the other thing that you're not realizing is this is the real issue. Because I don't think they realize how how, let's just say, radicalized the younger generation of men in America are. For the last 50 years, men...
Oh, man. Over the next 10 years, shit's going to get crazy. It's going to get real crazy. Because the kids, they really tried to trans them and tried to make them gay, and they were just not having it, man. And now they've grown up.
in America have been absolutely, unequivocally cucked. Especially white men. Unbelievably cucked. And they feel like, finally, they're able to say these things that they weren't allowed to say forever. They weren't allowed to be men. They had to be these feminized kumquats of humans. And
Yeah, they literally have created the White Panthers. Does anybody know anything about the Black Panthers? Well, that's exactly what's going on here, but with white Gen Zers.
they felt squashed into these little boxes.
Like, when the next generation comes up and becomes adults, holy shit, it's gonna be so bad.
And they've become slowly but surely radicalized in their little fucking terror cells, alright? Where essentially, they're just popping out. And it wasn't any of their choice.
Like, dude, the left is so fucked, and they have created this beast. They have created this monster.
Choices, they had to. They had to. You approach a woman in a bar, and that woman will call you a sexist stalker and plaster your name on social media and ruin your life. all right? You have to understand how insane it is, all right? So for a very long time, there was no outlet. You created these radical people, by the way. All right, it was you. And now you cry when you see the products of your own creation.
This that I just have to be honest about. I mean, I'm like an old guy at this point. I'm 41 years old. I have 3 kids. You know, I grew up in a different world, right? Where not most of the stupid things that I did when I was a teenager and a young adult, they're not on the internet. Like, I'm going to tell my kids, especially my boys, don't put things on the internet. Like, be careful with what you post. If you put something in a group chat, assume that some scumbag is going to leak it in an effort to try to cause you harm or cause your family harm. But the reality is that...
For the record, that's something I tell everybody. I tell everyone.
My grandpa was telling me because he was in the military as a programmer in Vietnam. And so he grew up. I mean, he didn't grow up. So he grew old with the internet becoming what it is today. And he knew right off the bat that everything that goes online stays there forever. And he ingrained that in me. Did I listen? No. But still, he was saying it, and it was true.
On YouTube, if you send a message, just know the guy that you're sending it to might be leaking it. There are so many scumbags out there, it's insane.
Kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes. Like, that's what kids do. And I really don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive stupid joke, is cause to ruin their lives. And at some point, we're all going to have to say, enough of this BS.
I don't know. We also got to, like, let boys be boys kind of thing also.
We're not going to allow the worst moment in a 21-year-old's group chat to ruin a kid's life for the rest of time. That's just not okay.
Yeah, that's fucking retarded.
We live in a digital world. This stuff is now etched in stone online. We're all going to have to say, you know what? No. We're not doing this. We're not canceling kids because they do something stupid in a group chat. And if I have to be the person who carries that message forward, I'm fine with it. And by the way,
he cooked. So he makes the tweet. He goes viral. Every single Leftoid cancels him, and he doubles and triples down. All right, so I'm going to show you. Show you what's up.
This man's not going to back down. That's why he's going to be the fucking president, dude. Let's go!
Some of the responses were, because it's insane. So this is Maxwell Alejandro Frost. This is a congressman, of course. Here is the vice president defending adults.
We can see who these people are and what they're about, bro. Like, holy shit. They let themselves be known every time because it's obviously bullshit.
Who said they love Hitler?
They might as well just not say anything. Like, why do you think it's okay that you're just gonna outright misconstrue this, misrepresent this, and fucking lie? Because you're just gonna get owned. And you're making everything so much worse. But I think that's what they want because they're evil.
As a joke, want to rape their enemies. They never said they want to rape their enemies. A guy sarcastically said rape is epic. Again, it's not a nice thing to say, but it's not the same. Put their political opponents in gas chambers. Oh my god. And that black people are monkeys. Bro, it's just racist jokes. It's a couple of racist jokes. Oh my god, the vice president. Are these Christian values JD talks about? Yeah, actually, Christian values are saying, you said some not nice things, we forgive you. That is actually a Christian value.
Yeah.
But again, not. I love when the Leftoids.
This is just retarded. Because Satan knows scripture. And he knows how to use it against people.
Leftoid gaytheists tell you how you're practicing your religion wrong.
Right?
Anyway.
Yeah, go read the Bible and then we could talk. Maybe.
Asmongold responds, partisan politics disguised as emotional blackmail. Where are these tweets condemning Jay Jones for saying similar, if not worse things? Way worse.
Not just Jay Jones. That was just a popular one.
They don't exist because you don't actually care. Never let people hold you to standards they don't hold themselves to. And Elon responds with a yep. Donut Operator, thanks for the raid. We're talking about retards. So yeah, realistically, that's where we're at. You have to understand that is where we're at. These people are using, honestly, this public humiliation of the, for the record, I think public humiliation is so much worse of a punishment than anyone gives it credit for. These people in this group chat, this will follow them for the rest of their lives because they trusted the wrong guy in their group chat and he leaked everything. And honestly, that's unbelievable. I think that's punishment enough, if you were to ask me personally. This is wild. Like, absolutely wild. So, Nick Fuentes, the reason why I'm showing this clip is because Nick Fuentes hates JD Vance. He absolutely he detests JD Vance because JD Vance has a mentor, Peter Thiel, that's a Jew. And he also hates JD Vance because his wife is Indian. All right, those are the two reasons why Nick, from what I understand, I'm probably missing some lore, but those are the two main reasons why Nick Fuentes...
Like, I can't believe that I am being lumped into the same side as Nick Fuentes on this, and it shouldn't be like this, man. I shouldn't be agreeing with Nick Fuentes on anything, because dude's an actual fucking moron, but holy shit, he makes the left, or the left makes him look like a fucking hero compared to them.
It's like, I think he's a white nationalist type of guy. That's what he has to say. All right. Nick Fuentes, white, gay, Mexican, and he is here to explain the reality. So get ready, boys and girl, because he backs up JD.
Have to say, I've been pleasantly surprised from Vance.
Oh,
and you know,
shit.
Vance is my #1 op.
Okay, the little bro. That is a one-sided op situation.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that Nick Fuentes really doesn't care that much about JD Vance. He just criticizes him and hates him because he's on this technically the same side. So he wants to, be like, hey, we may be on the same side, but we are completely different. And that's just how it goes, man.
Anyway, that's pretty crazy. So yeah, so he admits, you don't understand. This dude was promoting Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, the wokest, gayest retard of all time. All right, who cheated on his wife, whose wife cheated on him. But like, dude, this guy, what an absolute nightmare. Far left, complete retard. He supported that guy over JD Vance, probably as a joke, but he did anyway because at least that dude married a white woman. So this is crazy.
And I have major problems with him, but he has been remarkably consistent on this across the board. For me, when I was banned on Twitter, he defended me. For Big Balls or whoever it was in that, I don't think it was Big Balls. It was another one of those guys. His name starts with a K. I forget.
Yeah, by the way, we're gonna hold on. I got something to show you again. This is crazy right here. Kendra Briggs, a Biden-appointed judge, gives no jail time to the teens responsible for brutally attacking Doge employee Big Balls. The teens were instead sentenced to only probation. Judge Briggs stated that her goal is to rehabilitate, not to punish. Absolutely insane. Like, we don't send criminals to jail anymore unless they're right-wing. How about that? This is what happened to Big Balls here just recently. That's crazy. So the left missed me with all that shit.
Get it. But he defended that guy when he got canceled, and now he's defending these young Republicans, and I never thought I'd see it ever, but Republicans are finally learning to play the whataboutism game. And I think that's absolutely overdue. And of course, I'm referring to the fact that a month ago, you had people celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. You've got Democrats running for office that want to, kill Republicans. And apparently that's fine. But then a Republican group chat gets leaked, and it's young white kids. They're being controversial, and then they're going to get hanged. They're going to get their lives destroyed. Why would we play along with that?
So, turns out, Nick Fuentes, the #1 op, self-proclaimed #1 op.
I can't believe I agree with Nick Fuentes on something. That absolutely blows my mind.
JD Vance has got to give props to JD, Just Dance Vance. I'm just saying, we're seeing it in real time. Nick Fuentes is unradicalizing.
This is where, I think you're wrong, Nux. I think he has realized that JD Vance is a million times better than anybody on the left. Holy shit. Even if you disagree with literally everything JD Vance is about, the left is just so fucking insane and so violent and so evil.
Kind of crazy. Anyway, I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch, as they say. But all I can say is I've bagged JD the whole time. I thought that dude was straight fire. ever since his original debate against Tim Walz, I thought that dude was straight fire. So anyway, anywho.
Yeah, seriously,
things
dude.
got really crazy.
I was hopping aboard the JD Vance train as soon as that whole debate came out and everything following it.
So this is Chuck Schumer. He's the Democrat that is currently in charge of shutting down the government because he so badly wants to make the lives worse for the American people. That's basically his raison d'etre at this point, as they say. So he says, sickening, revolting, vile. This makes you want to throw up.
I love how he says, this makes you want to throw up, like he's telling people how they should feel. He's not saying it makes me want to throw up, which it doesn't. He doesn't actually care. This is just political bullshit.
This is the kind of garbage that the worst kinds of people say when they think no one is watching. No one.
Dude, absolutely fucking retarded. Dude, brain dead. Brain dead. Evil.
Was watching. Got leaked. And where are the Republican leaders from Trump on down condemning these comments swiftly and unequivocally?
Yeah, we can say the same thing about the whole... Yeah, okay, you get it.
I'm waiting to hear it. Bro, let me make this clear. All right, let me make this clear. You expect the President of the United States to hop on, to immediately condemn a leaked group chat of a bunch of college guys who made jokes about saying, I like Hitler? Are you fucking retarded?
Yes. Yes, he is.
So anyway, it's retarded on multiple levels. Old smelly retard. This is what I respond with. You refuse to condemn the Democrat Attorney General candidate in Virginia for saying he wants to murder Republicans and their little fascist babies. Go cry into your sombrero, grow a pair, and reopen the fucking government. Dude, this is what Jay Jones has been saying the entire time. It is insane. I do think Todd and Jennifer, these are two Republicans, are evil. And that they're breeding little fascists. Yes. If those guys die before me, I will go to their funerals to piss on their graves. 3 people, 2 bullets. Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets in the head.
Supports Hitler! Confirmed!
Spoiler put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people, and he receives both bullets every time. This is the Attorney General candidate for the Democrats. The Attorney General candidate for the Democrats. Talking about...
Oh, but Nux, these are just jokes! These are just jokes. What do you mean? This isn't real.
Putting bullets in the heads of Republicans and their little fascist children. Like, do you understand how insane this is?
Yes.
Like, bro.
I do.
And 0 condemnation from Chuck Schumer. In fact, you could even go to his profile. You go over here. You type in Jay Jones. Let's see if he had anything to say on Jay Jones. All right. He talked about Jay Jones, but only after JD Vance. Very cool. And then, he talked about him in 2020, having nothing to do with... No, these aren't even... This doesn't even say Jay Jones.
Yeah, it says Doug Jones.
It's literally not even giving me tweets where he doesn't even say his name. Dude, the Twitter search fucked me up. It doesn't even say his name. That's crazy.
We got Jay-Z and Doug Jones. Okay.
So yeah, there's no tweets about Jay Jones. He never tweeted about Jay Jones a single time. And here he is saying that Trump needs to immediately condemn. Trump needs to condemn.
Yep.
He needs to condemn some random Republicans in a college. Anyway, he's not.
I really hope that Trump just says the same thing JD Vance does.
The only retard.
Or nothing. The best case scenario would just be he ignores it and says nothing, because who the fuck cares, man? And, let the left cry about it. Cry more, as I always say.
This is Representative Eric Swallowwell. He got the name because of how much he swallows. JD Vance had a chance to condemn his I Love Hitler supporters. Instead, yesterday, he sided with them. But yes, we should stop calling them fascists. Bro, you call people fascists, they become fascists. It's kind of crazy. So I said he didn't side with them. You did side with Jay Jones, who said kill conservatives and their fascist babies. Vance said right-wingers make edgy jokes and left-wingers fucking kill people. You propagandist bitch. Here's a screenshot because you refused to
so
show what he
based.
said. Yeah, because he made this entire tweet and he didn't even, actually retweet. He didn't even retweet the Vance tweet, so no one can actually see what he says. In Vance's tweet, he never defends the people. He never defends the jokes, the comments, the people individually. He just basically...
Yeah, it literally, he says, miss me with this shit. It's just, he said it in a different way. He said it in a way that the vice president would say it.
Basically says, you are literally trying to kill us.
Yep.
And you, like, want me to clutch pearls and cry?
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Like, come on, man.
Because some college kids got their chat leaked? You want me to cry about that when you are literally trying to kill us? And this guy retweets it, and honestly, the most propagandist... Like, dude, this is a representative of Congress, dude. Like, it's insane that they just do this. They're all liars. Every single one of them. It's unreal. So, Chris Murphy says, this is some vile stuff. And these aren't teenagers. Many are Republican staffers. At least one works for Trump. Epithets like faggot, retarded, and the N-word appeared more than 251 times combined.
It's funny how many times I see leftists say that exact same phrase with the exact same words. It's like they're just copying and pasting it.
Oh my god! College kid said slurs in a private chat. That's literally the same as us trying to get you killed. Like, dude, these people are pathetic. It's so insane. They're so pathetic. And the more I see them, the wilder it is. Every single time. If MAGA...
I saw this one. Oh man, that's this right here. This is so good.
Wait, no, I have to refresh this page. If MAGA wants to stop getting called fascists, maybe stop saying you love Hitler and hate black people in group chats, okay? so I responded with the greatest response ever conceived. There's no point even debating with these people. These people are all retarded. They'll never learn. They're all insane. And I have to say...
They're also very, very evil.
It went over well. I ratioed him by like double. That is exactly how God intended memes to work. So, dude, it's insane that these people are so retarded about this. Like, actually neurotically retarded about this specifically. If MAGA wants to stop getting fascists, maybe stop saying you love Hitler. Bro, they said it as a joke. And also, you've been calling people Hitler every day. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Are you crazy? Are you actually crazy? So, dude, this is amazing. So, Republican leaders exposed as genuine neo-Nazis and newly undiscovered... Leaders? Wait, was Vance and Trump in these texts? Leaders? Bro, leaders? There's a couple of college kids. This is insane. Oh my god. Leaders exposed as genuine neo-Nazis, and yet they didn't kill a single Jew.
Holy shit, how about that?
They didn't kill Jews, they didn't kill black people, they didn't open concentration camps.
Yep, they didn't cheer for the death of leftists.
So, it's kind of weird. Dude, and you look at the comments and it's like, everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. Bro, it's an obvious joke. Great, I love Hitler. Obviously a joke. Like, you have to understand that these are definitely jokes. And look how, obviously they picked them out of context. And look at what they picked.
Even out of context, you can recognize that these are supposed to be really bad, edgy jokes.
When do we start bullying, dude? Really? Bullying? That's what you, that's one of the damning ones? That's it? That's the damning, boom, they're dead?
What is that referring to? It doesn't mean anything.
It was rape? Bro, really? Are you gonna do whatever it takes? This is what you're taking out of context. Oh my god, these people are so retarded. It's amazing. So anyway, these are stupid college kids. Meanwhile, the founder of Midas Touch, who appears on CNN as a regular contributor, Adam Mockler. In case you're unaware of who Midas Touch is, all right, I'm gonna give you some lore here on left-wing retard.
But it's just a joke, Nux. It's just a joke. It's not a joke. These people don't joke about killing people. They outright say it. And nothing happens. Every time. This is terrorism.
Midas Touch. I think he's the biggest left-wing podcast. Here, as you can see, he has 5.5 million subscribers. I'm sure you already made a video on Republicans being neo-Nazis, probably, again. So, he uploads basically every hour or two, and he gets crazy.
Look at how many times he's got Trump in the thumbnail. Holy shit.
Amount of views. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Trump, 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 Trump.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This is what TDS looks like.
7, 8, 9, 10.
These people
11,
are
12,
deranged.
14. He uploaded 15 videos in the last day on this.
Wow.
He's getting millions of views. He's the largest leftist channel, essentially. Like, dude, I don't even know how I'm supposed to fucking find anything. Like, he uploads so much. But anywho, he uploads an unbelievable amount of shit constantly at all times.
Damn, maybe I should be uploading that much instead of 2 to 3 videos a day.
And this is what he had to say. If you're an unironic fan of Stephen
Maybe I should just cut them up into clips, into like 15-minute clips.
Miller, you should be taken out back and put down. This is a direct call to violence. This is not a private chat. This is not in a private group text. This is not a college kid. This guy is just telling people to go murder Republicans, right? So anyway, that's what we're dealing with. That's the retardation in society. So Black Conservative Perspective just dropped the video. I wanted to see some of the news segments he gathered for us here, because apparently it is insane, this whole Jay Jones thing. So let's see what this is all about. Let's see.
Stunning new developments in the race for Attorney General.
Violent text messages from Jay Jones.
Messages talked about shooting the Speaker of the State House.
Saying he would put 2 bullets in Gilbert's head.
3 people, 2 bullets, and wishing violence upon his children.
He wished Gilbert's wife could watch her own child die in her arms.
This is edited really well.
Not just shocking, it's sick.
A scandal over text messages in which he, the Democrat, said that the GOP Speaker of the House of Delegates should get 2 bullets to the head for how he paid tribute to a former moderate Democratic lawmaker who died. He has apologized. Should he get out of the race?
Well, that's up to the people, the leaders in Virginia.
I think they should absolutely pull him out of the race. Like, dude, you're literally standing behind a guy that...
They need to arrest him. This dude needs to be arrested. Because we all know what he's doing here. We all know why he's saying that. It's to cause people to crash out and commit terroristic acts. It's actual fucking terrorism. Holy shit. Like, we don't have a country anymore if we allow people to do this shit.
Wants to murder Republicans, that's calling for the murder of Republicans and refusing to apologize or, like, back down.
Have said he has apologized. What I understand is they say that on balance he's the better person to be Attorney General. But that's up to them. But I wish there would be enough fuss of all the times that people have said they were going to put a bullet in my head.
Show us! Don't just say it, show us! We see the Jay Jones thing. We don't see what you're talking about. And I hear this all the fucking time, dude. Just like, I receive death threats all the time. Show us. How about it? We never see it.
Right.
Name one guy that said that. That is an attorney general. Are you insane? So Nancy Pelosi shows up and basically says, well, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, tell us about all of the Republicans that are running for office or are in office who are directly wishing for your death in very, very brutal, sick ways and talking about your children should be killed.
I got an anonymous death threat once on Twitter.
In public.
That's what mine are. It's just random, like, probably bots death threats that don't mean anything. Never from anybody that is actually prominent.
In the public.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got...
Yeah, this is an insane story. So, like, I just specifically wanted to show you the Jay Jones clips, because you don't understand how crazy this is.
Indefensible, but I've known Jay Jones for 25 years. I think those statements were not in character, and he has apologized. I wish other people in public life would sincerely apologize for stuff, so no, I still am a supporter.
They cannot stop promoting Jay Jones.
Quick question, do you think Jay Jones should drop out of the Virginia race for AG? The AG candidate in Virginia, Jay Jones, should drop.
No, we don't care that he's a violent retard. He's still better than the other guy. What?
Out of the race after those violent texts that came out of what he was saying about the former House Speaker in Virginia.
Look how absolutely none of them, not a single one of them, are willing to actually condemn it. Not one! Not a single one! This is unbelievable. This guy is going to become an attorney general, someone who handles
Also, they're in a cult, so whoever comes out against it is going to end up just not being allowed to be in their position anymore. So they're also afraid, and they also are for it. They like violence.
Dude, can you imagine being a Republican and you need to go up in front of Jay Jones, who you know has these text messages? Like, this is insane.
You know, being somebody who has...
Like, this is how Mexico got to the point where they're at, where their politicians just, the opposition always gets assassinated. On both sides, by the way. It's not just on one side. They are assassinating each other. That's what we're looking forward to.
Political violence is a real thing, and it's a big deal.
Do you think the
Political violence, real thing. The elevator closes.
Virginia AG candidate Jay Jones should leave the race that he's in?
Time at the moment. Thank you.
Okay. Did you see those texts, though, that he sent? The violent text messages?
Yes, they all saw it.
Up out of the race, Senator? Jay
Dude, this is crazy. This is evil shit.
Jones?
Senator, do you have any comment on Jay Jones? So when you get back to the office, they're going to have you.
I'll be honest with you, I don't recall exactly what he said, but...
Oh, don't worry, we can read it to you.
This guy is the most reasonable out of all of them because he's actually willing to talk, even though he is also a retard.
At least the reflections I got, I thought it was horrible. I really do. I don't know the dynamics of the race.
Yeah, so again, for whatever reason, again, you have certain anchors on MSDNC, right? Like, for example, Chris Hayes, who did not cover this story at all.
Yeah, so this actually, it basically got 63 seconds of news on one of the Leftoid news sites. People don't understand. So you understand how insane this is, right? So they're all losing their mind, obviously, over this entire situation. And then they create the biggest hissy fit of all time on a couple of text messages. A couple of text messages that get leaked for Republicans. You have to understand, we are not the same, actually.
Young Republicans.
We are getting a window into how a new generation of Republican activists talk when they think no one's listening, and it's really ugly. Politico obtained more than 7 months of Telegram chat messages.
And you got 251 slurs? 7 months? 7 months? 12 people? 28,000 messages? You got 250 slurs? Bro, that's some baby shit.
Between about a dozen young...
That's what I was saying, man. You gotta up those numbers! Like Jellywig.
Republican leaders in New York,
also not a future attorney general, for the record.
Kansas, Arizona, Vermont. Now, MSNBC has not independently reviewed those messages, but what Politico published today shows the conservatives openly praising Adolf Hitler, making celebratory jokes about gas.
You realize these are jokes.
Chambers and slavery.
They're jokes. They might not be funny. They might be offensive. But they're jokes, right?
Yeah, that's how you know the left does not joke. They're serious whenever they call for violence and death.
Jay Jones was serious. He doubled down like 5 times.
Slavery and rape. For example, when the chair...
Oh my God! Jokes of rape! Hassan Piker is the largest leftist political streamer. And he supports the Hamas terrorists that mass raped Israelis on October 7th. And then he
he said he didn't care.
Denies that the rapes happened. And then he'll read the UN report that says that people got raped. And he'll say, nah, it's all circumstantial evidence. It doesn't count. Okay.
They were... At least Patrick Henry College is, like, doing one good thing, which is that, like, if you have these fucking millionaire, billionaire, WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is, like, in some respects, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people that can't contend with. Like, the Palestinian resistance.
Yeah, there you go.
Bro, you are the party of rape. I think you're misunderstanding something.
Arizona young Republicans asked if the New Yorkers in the chat were watching an NBA playoff game. New York State Republican Chair Peter Junta responded, I'd go to the zoo if I wanted to watch monkeys play ball. We should note that when political...
Oh my God, a joke about black people.
Like, it's funny every time I hear it come out of a leftist mouth. I'm sorry. It's just really funny to me.
Private chat of white people. I'm personally shocked.
Because they're like shaking and they're like, I can't believe that they would call black people monkeys and call them watermelon people.
I bet you any fucking money a group chat of black people in college would be just as bad and racist towards white people. In fact, I don't even have to make that bet. They say it in public. They don't even need a group chat.
Yeah, not to mention, whenever black people and white people are friends, it gets even crazier, the shit that they say to each other.
Protected by the art of victimhood, and, you know, black people are able to say that stuff in public about white people. Are you crazy? Are you insane? Like, it's wild.
Go to a mixed race group chat. And, bro, it is even worse than this is.
Asked for comment, the Arizona Young Republican chair.
And for the record, I don't care. I think all of it should be kind of fine. They're words, bro. They're words.
Declined. Junta claimed the release.
They're words that aren't actually being serious about violent acts being committed on people.
Chat is part of, quote, highly coordinated year-long character assassination led by an opponent, I think a kind of internecine opponent.
Bro, if you don't think this was like a character assassination, then you're retarded. You realize that this leak happened on Charlie Kirk's birthday? Like, please. Coincidence? Really? 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 Come on, dude. Get the hell out of here. Charlie Kirk got the Medal of Freedom, and this became the biggest story of the day. Absolutely.
Yeah, by the way, the amount of people that I was saying being completely serious about Charlie Kirk receiving the Medal of Freedom and being completely against it, saying he didn't deserve it, and like crazy shit like that. Look, bro, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I'm not going to listen to anything that these freaks have to say.
Disgusting. Anyway.
A fellow conservative. Out of 28,000 messages obtained, Politico identified 251 bigoted epithets in the chat. There were many more outrageous examples of racism, sexism, anti-Semitism, homophobia.
Yeah, they're making this a big deal because they know that leftists don't care, but they will eat it up and use it as ammunition against the right, because the right does not care about this, because this is a non-issue, and it's going to just give people an excuse to crash out even more
phobia than we could or would want to repeat here. Here's the thing. These are not like, we're not talking about kids here. The age limit to the group was 40. Many chat members work inside government or party politics. One's a state senator. Another works in Trump's small business administration.
Notice how he's not saying that the state senator said anything.
By the way, everybody always says college kids all the time, everywhere, until we get to this point. Until we're talking about this. And then all of a sudden, they're not college kids anymore.
Bad, just that he's in the chat. And apparently that's bad enough. Because you think it's bad to say slurs in a chat? Well, if you're in a chat where someone else said a slur, that's also bad.
Politico reports that since they began making inquiries, at least 4 members of the chat have lost their jobs or had job offers rescinded.
Yeah, so you see...
Yeah, and you guys try to kill us. So I'm really glad we were able to cover this properly. I'm really glad we were able to cover this properly.
This is a good one.
You try to kill us, though. So
I think this is one of the better Nux videos. Sometimes they're a little sometimes they're a little boring, but this was pretty good. I like this one a lot.
That's like the difference here. That's why the both sidisms are kind of retarded. Now, I see a lot of people saying that we should condemn it because it's the morally correct thing to do is to condemn these things. Nah, fuck that.
Yep, that's what I was about to say.
Absolutely fuck that. I'm not playing that game with you. I owe you absolutely nothing.
Yeah, we ain't playing that stupid fucking game.
If I am sitting there with my friend who's a right-wing guy and I'm a right-wing guy and we're sitting with each other and we're talking and I'll be like, yeah, I think those jokes were in poor taste. Sure, absolutely. But they were words and they were jokes. And who fucking cares? This is like the biggest I don't give a shit story I think of my entire existence. All right? Now, I'm sorry, but with all due respect, negotiations have ended the moment you killed the negotiator in front of his family and laughed at his death. That is the moment negotiations...
Like, if me and Nux were sitting in a room, I could joke and say that, hey man, your people killed my Messiah. And then he could call me a cross-Nazi, and then we'll laugh about it.
Have closed. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed. I did. JD
It was pretty good.
Cemented himself as the next president of the United States of America. He got support from his biggest ops.
Yep. JD Vance is going to be the next president. As long as Trump isn't going to be the forever president, I'll take either one at this point.
apparently. Nah, dude. Nah, dude, it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane how based he is today. Sorry. Thanks for being here. See you in the next one.
Yeah! Definitely check out my PayPal down there in the comments, because that money goes directly to the Folly Farm. And that'd be awesome. I'd love you forever for that, man. We're trying to do cool things here. See you in the next one.